Dishman has gone undefeated in the first 3 rounds of the Monster Truck Thunder Drags. Lima, Ohio has been notoriously kind to the Ram Trucks racer, but Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania has long been a most unpredictable stop to these nimble giants. Can the Ram keep on running, or will the competition make mutton of the world's fastest monster truck? Monster Power coming at you from the legendary Bloomsburg Fairgrounds in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, and it's, as usual, seasonably hot. Standing with Tim Hall, the head of Hall Brothers Racing. Tim, you guys rolling to Bloomsburg, absolutely dominating the Monster Truck Thunder Drags. A little bit different track out there today. Have you guys had a chance to look at it? What do you think about it?
Well, we did look at it. You know, part of it's similar, but yeah, there's a lot that's different as well. So we made a few adjustments, and we'll see. Mostly from what we see here, though, is going to be driver adjustments. They're going to have to change their style a little bit more than what we can adjust the truck for. But we've made the changes, and you know, we've been fortunate. We did good in Lima, and hopefully that can hold up here. But you know, it's a tough field, and it's a new day. It's a different track, and we'll see what happens. But we'll see. We're pretty happy.
You got an extra Ram in the field, but it's Cummins Ram. It's a little bit different than you guys, and I know you've run with Dave before, but does that add anything to you having another Ram that's outside of the team to run against?
Well, Dave's a very good friend, and we like racing with him. You know, whether it's arenas or stadiums or here, and whether he's alcohol powered or diesel powered, you know, he's a good competitor. You better not slip up, because he's going to be right there with you. He's a very intense competitor. He tries to win as well, and he's got good equipment. He works on his equipment. He does a good job. So I like having another Ram. You know, that's good. But he's also an intense competitor. So you know, we're looking past him. That's for sure.
And one last thing, the points are unofficial this year, but Matt's running extra hard, so he comes in with a big lead unofficially. Is he going to change anything to deal with these rather steep ramps on the starting line?
We talked about it a little bit. We got a pretty good plan, I think, for what we're going to try. You know, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, we got Curtis in the first round with Matt. So, you know, one of them's moving on. That's good. Fast Loser comes back too, so maybe we can try to get both ends of that. But yeah, like I say, the driver's going to have to change his style a little bit. You can't just hammer it here. If you hammer it here, you better get your tools out, because you're going to be working on the rear end.
Well, that's the word from Tim Hall over here in front of the main stage. We're going to send it over to the Ram Trucks pits with my colleague Tim Howard, who's standing by with Matt Dishman.
All right, thanks, Nick. Here we are, Matt Dishman, the driver of Raminator. So you are leading the points, and you're pretty much 3 for 3 coming into Bloomsburg. What you got in store for everybody today?
Oh, you know, we really didn't change a whole lot on Raminator with the track set up and everything. We're just going to go into it. We're going to see what we got, and hopefully we can do it again. That's
some pretty nasty jumps they got out there today. I think that's going to slow you down at all?
Oh, it's definitely going to hinder some stuff. You know, you're going to take like a motocross approach to it. You're going to have your rhythm down right off the start. If you can hit the face of the hill and downside the landing and just stick with it, you'll have a pretty good, fast, clean run. But if you got a flat top the landing, or you jump past the landing, it's just going to slow you down.
Yeah, I noticed you were pretty nice at letting that truck settle in Lima, and then just holding your foot on the floor to take the win every single round. So we wish you great luck today, man, and we'll come back and see you at the podium.
I appreciate it. Hopefully we can get there again.
Oh, I'm thinking you might. I don't know. Diesel Dave might have a little something for you.
You never know. Every one of these guys are good, hard-running guys. You know, they're going to put the power to the ground. You know, if we can, we're just going out to have fun, hang out with our buddies. You know, if we can do it, we'll do it.
All right, man. All right, Nick, right back to you, buddy.
Thanks, Tim. We're going to take a look at the points coming into round number 4 of the Monster Truck Thunder Drags. Raminator sitting 200 points above second and third, the Lucas Oil Bigfoot and Overkill Evolution. They are tied right now. Then it's Bad News Travels Fast, General Tire, and Black Stallion hanging in there as we come to the Bloomsburg stop of the Monster Truck Thunder Drags. Stay with us. Round 1 starts next.
This Back Channel Productions program is presented in part by Monsters Monthly. For up-to-date show and ticket info, articles, event breakdowns, and a wide selection of photo and video galleries, visit monstersmonthly.com.
We will four-wheel drive you wild. The O'Reilly Auto Parts four-wheel jamboree roars into the Indiana State Fairgrounds all this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Big, tough, lifted, unstoppable. With shiny rides, muddy tires, the Tough Truck Challenge, General Tire Burnout, the UTV Shootout, and lightning fast mud drags. See Bigfoot and the world's top monsters in the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drag. Shop and save in the huge performance marketplace. Get discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Info at fourwheeljamboree.com. Part of the Lucas Oil Four-Wheel Jamboree Series.
Welcome back to the foot of the Pocono Mountains, Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. Beautiful weekend and tons of equipment on hand for the four-wheel Jamboree Summer Nationals. Here's a look at the bracket coming into round number 4. Overkill Evolution taking on Extreme Diesel. This is the one-stop. Diesel Dave will be on this tour. He's playing spoiler here this weekend. Then the Lucas Oil Bigfoot against the Black Stallion. And, of course, the two Rams matching up in the first round. Not the way those guys like to go into the weekend. So, right off the bat, we get a look at Diesel Dave and that big Cummins-powered Ram taking on the all-Ford Overkill Evolution. Pretty good start for Dave, but some huge air for both trucks. Might have to come over that starting line jump a little bit easier than that. They both got some massive hang time. Mikey Vodders throwing down an 8.11 second run, and not the kind of ET that's going to get you in the winner's circle. But it's the first run on this track. Now, we had talked to Matt Dishman and Tim Hall about these steep ramps, so look at that. You thought Mikey went for a wild ride. Look at both standing up doing wheelies in no man's land. Now, the torque of that big diesel engine does not allow him to just get off the throttle and let the truck settle down. It takes a little bit longer, but when he was going back to the pits, we heard something clanging around underneath of that truck. He's done some drivetrain damage. They'll have to get that thing back into the pits and take a look at it, but I have a feeling Diesel Dave will be out for the night. Up next, pair of Fords. The Safety Clean Black Stallion taking on Christian Norman, the Lucas Oil Bigfoot 18. There you see the legend, Mike Vodders. Have to see how these two handle the starting line jumps, because those first two hits on that starting line were insane. You heard Matt Dishman refer to handling sort of like a motocross jump. Really, your best bet is going to be to kind of maybe brake check it in the air and get it to nose down and hit the backside of the ramp and drive away. I'm surprised that Mikey Vodders did not do that, though he may have been trying to. I don't think they expected it to give them that much hang time, but we'll see. Two Fords go at it. The second pairing of round 1. Good start from Mike Vodders. He gave Norman all he wanted, but that big foot horsepower and those big Firestones digging into the grass here in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. Bigfoot 18 moves on into the semifinal round. 7.91 second run. Solid effort for him right there, and a pretty clean run for both of those trucks. Get another look at it here on replay, and you'll see what I was talking about. As they leap over the tabletop, if you can avoid flat landing it, which Mike Vodders did pretty well, jumped a little bit past the front of the ramp, but you saw Christian Norman just came right down the backside of that first ramp. He had to lay into it, though, because Vodders was leading him almost to the base of the finish line jump. It was all the Lucas Oil Bigfoot. He moves on into the next round. Up next, pair of Rams. The General Tire Ram taking on the Raminator. Kurt Grammer has not gotten into a final round so far this season. He's had some semifinal round berths, but this could be his shot to take down the A-Machine, that being the Raminator and Matt Dishman. Dishman has been on kill so far on the Thunder Drags Tour, undefeated in 9 heats. That's 3 events at 3 runs apiece. See how both of these trucks handle these huge jumps off the starting line that have already caused huge problems for a couple of our competitors. You can see the second pair kind of got the track dialed in a little bit better. We'll have to see, though. Matt Dishman was the one who said you got to avoid landing on top of the thing and you want to avoid jumping past it. It seemed to work for Christian Norman. Let's see what Matt's able to do. You got to find the sweet spot where you don't launch too far. A little bit on the top for Dishman, but he'll drive away with that one. Kurt Kramer had a problem coming over the first jump. He just now comes across the finish line there as the track crew posts the time of 7:77. That'll be fast time for right now. We'll get another look at this. Watch Kurt Kramer. The truck starts to head off to the right. Looked like he turned the wheels in the air maybe to avoid something right there. I'm not sure why, but Kramer gave up a huge bunch of ground on Matt Dishman, and that's all Dishman needed to move on into another semifinal round. Final four coming up next from Bloomsburg. Back at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, where the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drags are giving us action as hot as the weather. Taking a look at our bracket going into the semifinal round. A pair of Fords right off the top. Overkill Evolution and Christian Norman. They're friends off the track, but they are hard charges when they get to that starting line. And Raminator taking on the legend, Mike Botter Sr. in the Safety Clean Black Stallion. One of the awesome things about the Jamborees is all of the people walking around here, you tend to run into some veterans, some legends, not just the competitors on the track, but some people who used to race at this very facility. We had a chance to talk to one a little bit earlier. We're walking around the midway down here, we ran into a guy who used to actually race on this very fairground, among others, and not too far from home. Kid Rarig of the Thunder Chicken. That was one of the names that you ran. Why don't you tell us about coming back here and what this place meant to you?
Well, this is one of my first races here. I started out back in the 80s building the Pennsylvania Mountain Monster. And after that, I had the Madman truck, which I turned into Madman 2, and the Walking Tall truck, and the Gangrene truck. But the most fun racing was the Thunder Chicken truck, this one here. And I was always racing against Bigfoot and everybody up here, and it started in 87 back then. And it went on, it's bigger and bigger every year. Some of the best times was run against my own truck. I'd have Tom Bites be driving the truck, and I'd be driving Thunder Chicken. If it would come down to both of us, that'd be great, get first and second place. But it was usually, Bigfoot was always a winner.
Now, is it true that you let Dennis drive the Madman here one year?
So I was told that this shot right here is Dennis in the Madman truck when his Gravedigger blew a cylinder, and Tom's back was hurting, so he got in this truck here. This is the shot with him running, and when he landed, he blew the back window out with his helmet, and I still have that rear window somewhere.
Now, I know you still have the Thunder Chicken. Are you planning to bring that thing back, or have you any plans for that?
I'm hoping someday they have nostalgia races. So we still have the Thunder Chicken. We have the new box on, the cab on, the front end on. It just needs finished. I just need help doing it. Well, I really get in the mood when this show comes to town, or in November when we go to Indiana and Auburn to the Hall of Fame. And that gets me in the mood. Then we work on it a little bit, and then it slows down when I run out of money.
What an honor to get to talk to Kid Rarig, a legend in motorsports. You guys might remember him from back in the TNT days, and right here during the Triple Crown era, where we are on the line now for another championship, the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drags, pairing number one of the semifinals, a pair of Fords. Norman leading Mikey Votters all the way through, and a nosedive at the end for Votters. Christian Norman Look at that time, a 7:02, new fast time for the track. Very, very close, though, at the finish line. Mikey was coming on him there at the very end, but not quite enough room to catch up. Get another look at the run. You can see they took off virtually in tandem, maybe a little bit of an edge to the Bigfoot Ford, but watch the difference as they come over the tabletop. Norman got back down on the ground a little bit quicker. Vodder's fighting the truck as it's pulling off to the right just a bit. Not too bad, though. A good straight run for both of those guys. Norman was just a little bit faster. Here's another look at it. And look at Vodder's dive bombing past the finish line. I'll tell you, if the track had been another 5 feet, maybe another 10, he could have gotten him, I think. But or at least made it a little bit closer. Up next, safety clean black stallion, Michael Vodder Sr., the veteran out of Hagerstown, a legend in monster trucks. Another guy who has had his fair share of moments on this track right here. He takes on Matt Dishman in the Raminator. Man, Vodder's just bonsai's that first jump. It's going to be all Matt Dishman in the Raminator. He looked like he was pulling to the right a little bit too. I'm not sure if the ground may be a little bit more uneven in between the cars. A 7:06, so he's right in the ballpark with Christian Norman. Not quite sure what Mike Sr. was thinking. We'll have to talk to him a little bit later and find out. But Matt Dishman goes to another final round. Ram versus Wood. The championship is next.
Drive you wild. The O'Reilly Auto Parts 4-Wheel Jamboree roars into the Indiana State Fairgrounds all this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Big, tough, lifted, unstoppable. With shiny rides, muddy tires, the Tough Truck Challenge, General Tire Burnout, the UTV Shootout, and lightning fast mud drags. See Bigfoot and the world's top monsters in the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drag. Shop and save in the huge performance marketplace. Get discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Info at 4wheeljamboree.com. Part of the Lucas Oil 4-Wheel Jamboree Series.
Monster Power is the place for all the action of the Lucas Oil 4-Wheel Jamboree Series for 2019, featuring the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drags. A look at the final pairing. Lucas Oil Bigfoot and Raminator, 0.04 of a second separate them going into this championship race. And for the first time this season, Matt Dishman does not hold the fast time going into the final round. There you see Christian Norman getting staged up. Thumbs up from both drivers. We're going to get right to it. Ram versus Foot. Will Ram get another one? Norman with a tremendous start, and he will break the streak. Christian Norman knocking off the Raminator. Dishman will not go 4 for 4. Christian Norman in the Lucas Oil Bigfoot 18 with a very, very impressive victory. Not his fastest time, but a good run. The margin of victory, 0.06 of a second. Get another look at it and watch the way that they come over this ramp right here. Dishman did exactly what he didn't want to do. It wasn't a bad run. Christian Norman was just a bit better. You can see that big Ram horsepower was starting to come back at the finish line again, landing a little bit crooked in the shutdown area in the right lane. I think they're pulling to the right, either coming off the ramp or going through no man's land. There you see the points after round 4, and Lucas Oil Bigfoot trying to close up that gap a little bit on the big Ram out of Illinois. Matt Dishman, though, hanging on to the points lead for one more event. We'll see how tomorrow goes for him. Overkill Evolution made up a little ground today. Of course, Bad News travels fast, impressively hanging on there in 4th place in spite of not being at this event. We'll see where he stands at the end of the weekend. We're going to go right into our best trick competition. Here comes Mikey Voders in Overkill Evolution. Kurt Kramer just came out, went to cut a donut. He's having problems with that big ram. Hopefully we'll get that thing fixed for tomorrow. We're down to 3 trucks now in this competition. There's his signature. See if he can hold it up. Backs it up the ramp. Over on one. Look out. Got a good reaction from the crowd. He's already putting himself on the top of this thing. To make it hard for the 2 guys left behind. And Mikey, let's see what he's got. As he comes around for hit number 2, he'll probably go for it again. If you remember back to Lima, he's trying to walk this thing forward. He did it perfectly. Out in Ohio, let's see if he can do it here on the front stretch of the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Oh, didn't quite work for him that time. Mikey laying down a move in his first hit, though, that might keep him up on top of this competition. Watch it again. Maybe a little bit too much throttle there, and maybe a little bit too much bounce on those front wheels. Now he does run an open front end, which might be why the truck twisted when it came back over the ramp in reverse, but still got it back down on the ground, was able to go for a second move, so they're not going to have to do too much body repair or any body repair yet. We'll see. Here comes Matt Dishman, ramming it right to it. A little slap wheelie for him right there. See if he can hook up on this grass. They've been having some problems with it. Very, very different racing surface than what we had in Lima. Now, we had grass in Lima, but there was a lot of gravel in it. This is very kind of loamy, dusty soil, and he hooks up beautifully right there. Watch out for the racing lanes. That's how you do it. Parks it right up on top of the starting line ramp. We'll get another look at that one. Just barely grazes the grass blades with the wheelie bar. Here comes Christian Norman now in Bigfoot. He's going for the slap wheelie. Did not work for him there. Got some nice hang time, though. That obstacle back there was set up for the ride truck, and that's where Christian took Bigfoot. Looks like he's going to hit the back of the racing ramp like Dishman did, and it's not going to work for him. Christian Norman not getting what he wanted out of the truck. Your best trick champion will be Mikey Voders in Overkill Evolution. That truck's already up on the jack stands. Problems in the rear end. Hopefully he can get it fixed for tomorrow. In the meantime, Tim Howard is standing by with Christian Norman.
Holy cow, I'm here with Christian Stormin' Norman, who broke the streak and actually won racing today. What do you got to say about it?
I'm super excited about it, man. You know, those guys, they run real hard, and it's really cool to just snap the streak, man, you know. But it wasn't just me. It was Drew Epler, it was Evan Trent behind me, and all the guys back at the Bigfoot shop, man. This is sweet, man. We got the race win tonight. Hey, the weekend just started, man. So, hey, tomorrow's anybody's game, but I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, man. Just focus on my race. I don't care who's in the other lane. I really don't. Just hit that thing nice and straight, keep your line, and just keep on at it, man.
Man, it had to feel good beating Matt. Oh, my gosh. You outdrove him with traction and horsepower. It was a good race. I'd probably say a good fender to half a truck ahead of him, man. Congratulations, man. Everyone's got to feel good after what he did to you guys in Lima.
Yeah, man. You know, like, they ran really good in Lima, and, you know, it was just their weekend, you know what I mean? But hey, we used to say this won't be our weekend this weekend, you know? But yeah, you know, like sometimes some drivers, they talk a big talk, you know, yeah, you know, I think I'll be fine, you know? And it's kind of cool to just break them from that comfort zone, like, oh, I can't believe he got me, you know? Like I told you, if I'm not going to win, I got to be the thorn in their side, you know what I mean? I feel like just alive, you know what I mean?
Oh, you're ready to get to work on the truck then for the rest of the night.
I'm ready to go again. If we can fire up and go again, let's do it.
All right, man. Again, thank you. Great racing. And we will see you again tomorrow, man.
Awesome, man.
All right.
I appreciate what you guys do, man. I think it's awesome.
All right, man. All right, Nick, back to you, buddy.
Thanks a bunch, Tim. We have had a blast so far here in Bloomsburg. There is plenty of action left to go from right here at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Next time we join you, it's the Stock Tough Trucks Challenge. The first 2 rounds of 4 here this weekend. Our congratulations to Christian Norman and your best trick champion, Mikey Botters. We will see you next time here on Monster Power.